Hi, once again to everyone. Jai Swaminarayan. Last time we discussed this chapter, that is chapter number 9, internal trade. We discussed classification of trading activities and then we did wholesale trade, right? So today we are discussing retail trade. So, what is retail trade? So, when goods are purchased either in small or large quantity from wholesaler. The word to be noted, the keyword is the goods is purchased from the wholesaler or sometimes producer and are sold to customer or consumer as per the requirement. This process is called retail trade and the person who is doing it is called retailer. Now, retailer will be then the connecting link between the wholesaler and the customer in the channel of distribution. So, in your exam, the question might be asked MCQ, who is the connecting link between a wholesaler and a customer? So, at that time, you have to say retailer. Okay, so he's the connecting link, and it the here the exchange of goods is between the wholesaler to the means he buys the goods from the wholesaler and he sells it to the end customer or end user. Okay, so next we'll see services of retailer to wholesaler and producer. Okay, or producer. So it is first information about market. So now as this retailer is dealing with the customer, end customer, he knows their choices, their feedback. He is in direct contact with the customer, so he is able to know the feedback, customer feedback. So accordingly, he informs the wholesaler and producer, and in this way, if any corrections are needed in the quality, they can do it, and again that improved goods are sold to the customer, so it increases the customer satisfaction. So we can say that retailer is having information about the market which he passes on to the wholesaler or the producer. Okay, helps in advertisement. Now how does he help in advertisement? The retailer, he puts this product banners or pamphlets, or he would keep the sample of their product in his store. So by this way he is helping in advertisement of the product. Say suppose if you enter into a stationery shop and you find the banner or pamphlet of Classmate, so what is the retailer or the stationery shop owner doing? He is advertising Classmate product, which is an ITC brand. Okay, so he is helping to advertise. So this is the example. Then increase in creditability. So as the retailer is selling good quality products to the customer, of course he will be selling only good quality products. So by this way his creditability increases in the market. Okay. So that is the services of retailer to wholesaler or producer. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages. So the first advantage is opportunity of selection. Now this retailer, he keeps variety of products from different producers. So there is an opportunity of selection for the customer can select any product from a wide range of product in his store. So that is the opportunity of selection. Then there is home delivery of goods. Now many a times these retailers, what they do, they supply the goods directly to the customer's home. So this is very beneficial, especially in this COVID times, right? So home delivery of goods, that is one advantage of retailer. Then redressal of the complaints of the consumer. Now if there are any complaints of the customer, or the retailer, what he does, he straight away conveys it to the wholesaler or the manufacturer, and they can do take corrective actions very quickly. So he is an agent who does redressal work. Okay. Then sales on credit to customer. Now this retailer is in direct contact with the customer, so most of the customers are his regular contacts, regular customers, so he know their financial position very well. So if he thinks that this person is reliable and can pay me back, even in the later future time, he can give credits to such customers, right? So he does sales on credit to customers. Then after sales services. After sales services are like, if we buy some product from the retailer, he keeps this scheme like, okay, if you are having any problem, you can come back with the product and I'll exchange it. If there are any damages, he will exchange it. So after sales services. Then helpful to decision of purchase. This in this, he is helpful to customer for making decision of the purchase, because he would be helping the customer to know about the quality of the product, its prices, various products that are available in that particular genre. So all these decisions will help, or all this information will help the customer to take an appropriate decision regarding the purchase of any product. Then freedom from storage of goods. Now since as retailer is keeping the goods on large quantity from a variety of producers, customer need not store the goods in bulk quantity. He can buy as and when he requires from the retailer. So there is a freedom from storage of goods for the customer. Then guidance to customer. Here also the retailer can give proper guidance, may it be on the usage of the product, may it be on the quality, future demand, trends. He can be of guidance to the customer, okay, offer by providing information on all these factors. Now we'll see the disadvantages. More capital investment is required from the retailer's part. How? Because he is keeping a lot of products from different producers, so for that he need huge capital investments, right? So that is one major disadvantage. Then risk of deterioration of perishable goods. Now if the retailer is dealing with perishable goods like vegetables and fruits, there is a risk of deterioration of these perishable goods. They can be they can be deteriorated, means unka their quality reduces, or they are not they can sometimes be unusable, they decay. So at that time that risk is borne by the retailer. Then risk of goods getting outdated. Now when can a goods get outdated? Well, it can happen in case of latest technology. Say suppose if I am having a store and I am selling products like say LCD TVs and or mobile, and if a new edition like for in the if we talk about the LCD TVs, then there can be a new LED TV now. So at that time LCD is a old version now, so this there will be less buyers for that product. So he has to sometimes sell it on the cost price, or even at a price less than the cost price. So the risk or not risk, the loss here has to be borne by the retailer himself. So that is a risk for the retailer. And risk of loss or shortage or fluctuation of price. So all these things are to be borne by the retailer: loss, shortage, fluctuation of price. Suppose he's bought some products at a particular price, and in future, say suppose after 1 week or so, the prices of that thing falls down. So at that time he has to bear the losses due to the price fluctuation. And bias. So there can be possible that some retailer, some producer will not sell their goods to particular retailer. So at that is a bias, means not giving uh, goods to a particular person according to his or her will. So that is an example of bias. So we'll keep our lecture till here. That is, we discuss what is retail trade, then we discuss services of retailer to wholesaler and producer, and we discuss the advantages and disadvantages. So in our next class we'll be talking about the types of retail trade, and I think that will wind up our chapter, that is internal trade. So I think, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for listening to my class. Thank you so much.